there we have a distilling machine. Product in here, boils. Well, actually, that's a more basic one. You can put the product in here, water in here, the steam rises up through the product, comes up into the condensing tube. This is where the water condenses back in, comes down, and you have your purified product. Cool. We will fire it up. Okie doke, we're going to try and make a very small amount of lavender oil. We've got the rig set up. I can't remember what all these bits are called, but don't really need to know. Important is we put some water in here, that boils, comes up through the mass, which is going to be lavender flowers. Awfully, I have to admit, they're a bit past their season. Awfully dead, husky lavender flowers. There's one or two like new ones in there, but definitely the wrong season. But they still have a strong lavender smell, so I'm hoping we'll get a little bit, at least, just to try out the rig. So we're going to put some water in here. There's about 700 mils in there, and maybe 800. We don't need too much. We're going to turn on the hot plate, get that going. That needs to be boiling, making lots of steam. I'm going to poke all these in the top. Now, some of these are going to fall in the bottom, but that doesn't matter. Oh, this is going to take a while. Probably, if they were green, probably crushing them up would help too. Well, hopefully we'll get some, maybe a couple of drops. But again, these being dry, I don't know. We'll soon find out. There we go. Popping back on. Got a T-junction here with a stopper. Nice and flat against the hot plate. Make sure we've got a good seal. We're going to put Barnabas Bug outside, and while we're doing that, we'll go get the power supply while that heats up. Awesome. This is an excellent job for the new variable power supply. Got a little motor, a little pump here. Pump the water through the evaporator tube. So that'll recondense the vapor coming from here back into a liquid, which will then come down into here. We should see some water and some oil on top, and we can separate that. And that will leave us with our more purified lavender. There we go. It's only 1 volt. Nearly an amp, but pumping water slowly. Wind him up a bit. Yeah, we've got the cooktop heating up the flask full of water, which boils, the steam comes up, hits the mass, which in the game is called something, which I can't remember. Whatever you got in there trying to, you know, whittle down. Got the T-piece where all the action happens. All the steam gets turned back into a liquid. Got your intake and the outtake on the pump. Elbow. Any steam left over will zip out there. The liquids will come down and collect in here. Should hopefully see some oil floating on the top and water down the bottom, and we can drain that water out down to around the oils, and then we can collect the oil in this small little flask here. Got the water supply back there. It does get quite hot, and so you do need a decent amount of water. That there should be enough. It must be, that's a 5 litre. It's close to 5 litres, probably 4.5 litres at the moment. They're going to this little pump, which I actually bought from Seed Studio, I think, from memory. But an easy one to find would be on a car, on the window washers. A little pump looks like that. And that's it, that's the setup. We just need to wait for it to boil now, which it's getting there. Starting to see some movement in the water. Not warming up here yet. Once the steam starts flowing, it will get quite hot. Starting to see some steam now, nice and boiling. Lots of water on the inside and all up in here. See all the little bits of water already condensing. The problem is the heat rises with that and warms that glass up, so it no longer condenses the gas. That's why you need to have some kind of way of keeping it cool, which in this case we're using water, which in most cases you would. Still quite cold. The pump's just on low, just siphoning a little bit of water through. We might need to turn it up later. Bit faster, but getting good amount of steam coming up now, and you can see it's getting wet in there. We're just starting to see some condensation just inside the tube there. A little bit of steam. As we come down, it's clear, so we're just about to start the process off. There you can see the colour of the water's changed. That's all the water dripping back, going up, condensing and just coming back down. Got a golden colour. It's getting moist in there now, and we're just starting to see the first water start to roll down the condensator. Oh, I just saw it drop in. Down, down, down. Tiny. Oh, there's another drop. We're just starting to see the process do something. There we go. Nice constant drip. So in a while there should be something to actually see in there. Hopefully, since we're using dead plant. Next checkup. Really see the gases there now. Condensation's coming halfway down the tube. And look, we've got heaps in here now. Getting on to the 25mm mark. But there's no real, there's a little bit of oil in there. Not much, very hard to see at the moment, but we'll get more as it fills up. Hopefully enough to form a skin over the top. We're going to continue this experiment tomorrow now. It's starting to get late and cold out here in the shed, and I don't have much to do, so it's you know, it takes a fair while to run this, so I'll just start it back up in the morning. We'll just do a once over It's nice and moist in there now. Condensation's coming most of the way down that tube. You can see we don't actually have that much more. And we can, don't know if we can see in there, but there is a real little amount of oil. Oh, here comes some more. A very small amount. We'll leave it going tomorrow for a lot of for a few hours, and we'll see what else, if we can get enough to do something with. Alright. Back again the very next day. This has been running for a couple of hours now. Back to where we were last night. The water's getting very dark and barky. I think we really need to have some green stuff in here, not dried out husks. We're getting something. Oh, just feeling that for temperature. It's warm. Oh, got heaps of water in here now. I've already drained one lot off, so we just open the tap like this. Water drains into here because all the stuff we want is up on top there, which is hardly any. But we'll drain that water down a bit. I'll fill up the little mini flask. Whoop, that'll do. We can't actually see what we've got. We'll have to conclude that using dead greenery isn't the go when trying to make some oil out of lavender, because this has ran for probably 5 hours, 6 hours, and we really haven't got anything at all. There's a tiny little bit on the top. I'm not sure if we can see it on the camera. You can just see a few little oily patches floating around. But anyway, it makes sense to use the green stuff, not dried out husks. We'll drain this off anyway. We've got it, just a little bit of oil on top. There we go. Smell-o-vision. Smells dirty. A bit of lavender in there, but also a bit of, not sure. It's not the nice bit of lavender. Maybe a bit burnt. Kind of burnt lavender smell. But again, that's just the water we've got. We'll tip that out. And we'll try again maybe when the lavender's in season. I can get a heap of the flowers. We'll try that again when we can get some green lavender or green something else that smells. But it's been fun setting up the gear again. On to the next project. On to the next experiment. On to the next video.